All right. Gary Hine in our office was looking for something that would help us be more efficient at programming, and he found RhythmSoft. I think you met him in Chicago.
Yes.
And we looked at it a little bit deeper and got a little bit more involved in it. And when I got involved in it, I saw the power that it would give us as a common single source database that we could search through and populate our bills of material in an estimate, which I think you could turn over directly into bill of materials for your release for construction drawings and create a dynamic bill of material that would follow the process from submittal phase to construction phase to as-built phase and even a commissioning phase. Whereas the material that you select for the estimate ends up in the panel at the end, where we're providing our engineering customers with a precise proposal that includes the data that they would use to create the job with. This has been a dream of mine since AutoCAD came out, and I had 1.7, version 1.7 in 1980.
Around that area, correct? 1980s, yeah.
82.
Yeah, I remember.
Somewhere
Yeah.
in there. So, if you could create or you have a database that would allow you to select the materials that you need to engineer, you enter it once and you're done. You can, in RhythmSoft, you guys have really done some excellent things by being able to give that information in a rapid format where the users can quickly go down through and select their material, either in a generic format or a specific format that is particular for that product or that manufacturer. The dream that I had was being able to have a common database whereby you could look at the information that you need from an estimator standpoint. How quickly can I get those parts? From a pricing standpoint as an estimator, how much does that cost? Are there alternative parts to that we can use in our preferred value supply chain? We have value supply chain where we buy relays or we buy selector switches at a very economical price that we can, with the RhythmSoft, identify that to each person that has access to the database. Right now we've got like 500,000 parts available to us, and we can quickly go down through those preferred items, select those items, put them in the estimate, provide the total cost of material, and be able to respond to our customer in a much faster manner. We do well over 800 quotes and proposals a year. We created last month 85 new opportunities. The month before that, 86. But what is interesting in our line of business is that we do more revisions than we do original opportunities. So RhythmSoft allows us to go in and to change it from this up the job from the sales group, they can quickly look down through and see from whom we received the quote. Purchasing can place an order for that quote. And guess what? We only entered it one time. We didn't have to do a purchase requisition to our purchasing agent here. We didn't have to do it to the engineer. It went directly from sales, directly to purchasing, directly in the panel, directly in testing. So having that purchasing requisition request, let me go back and explain that a little bit more. Let's say in panel 1 we had a 30 amp circuit breaker. Panel 2 we had a 100 amp circuit. Panel 3 we had a 400 amp circuit breaker, but we all order it from the same place. So we can send one purchase requisition off to that vendor. That vendor can reply back with the prices of those circuit breakers, and they automatically funnel back into the estimate that we had, so that we don't have to manually transition those back into the estimate. The thing that we found out, the more that we use RhythmSoft, the more it becomes, the faster it becomes, the more efficient it becomes, and the more historical data, and the speed is amazing for that. I think RhythmSoft has done an excellent job on providing a cloud-based data retrieval package that can seamlessly interact with our estimating system that we have. And RhythmSoft has been excellent at providing customer support, always there when we need it.
Thank you.
In good and bad times, I've had a, what's going on here? But, with a little tweak and twist of explanations and understanding, and the online videos that are available for setting up things like how to do a purchase requisition request or how to create your estimate, is all available online, and I think RhythmSoft has done a great job on customer support. The value that it brings is a no-brainer to me. It's like I said before, it's a dream line that's come true. Being able to pull up a part, associate documentation with that part. That documentation can be good for purchasing. It can be good for engineering, loading, ratings, UL files, information that's necessary for the engineer to make a proper decision. Is this the right part or is it not the right part? Purchasing, they can look and see what vendors that we purchased it from. We got preferred vendor A, preferred vendor B on some parts because some of them have stock and some doesn't. Just when you're in a just-in-time delivery system like we are, we've got to be able to source those directly with the vendor, and the RhythmSoft package gives us a way that we can actually tie into the vendor's database. It's seamless from the standpoint that we need to check stock. Hey, they may have a 10-inch wider box than we need, but it's in stock. So we may engineer or should engineer toward the one that's in stock and go ahead and get it purchased and in here so we make customer delivery. So the power that it brings. The documentation can even go down to what size screws that we mount the enclosure, the parts and pieces with, what special construction stuff that we need to do for that. And to me, honestly, if you look at it from an AutoCAD perspective, what block do I pull in from the drawings? You can associate in a database, which RhythmSoft gives us the base data, and we can take that base data and spread it throughout the organizations like a web, so that is reasonable. You can't do everything for everybody, but the experience that we've had, the experience I've had, I hang my hat on, and I appreciate the time.
Thank you, Leland. And Leland, I appreciate your positive feedback. I also wanted to give one quick thing. Can you explain a little bit about your company? What Revere does?
We build control panels. People don't like to say that, but we build a lot of control panels. We built 4,800 panels last year, and they're all custom. And since they're all custom, and Root'emSoft is so flexible, it allows us to make those custom product selection much faster. So we go from, I'm in the OEM group, but we primarily deal with equipment manufacturers that are in the water wastewater business. In the water wastewater business, the manufacturers has to comply with the specification that the engineer provides.
Correct.
So they are the experts in the market. Even in the industrial sector, we are the experts, and we can recommend the parts and pieces that's needed. So we're both standard and we're both custom, but 95% is custom and 5% standard. So, but we go anywhere from 10 inches wide to 50 feet long, with from 480 volt to 6 volt. Well, that's like 6 volt, 12 volt in a while. But we do large volume of controls.
Okay. Thank you, Leland. I appreciate it.